Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that I'm sure you are aware of. It's called civil forfeiture. So what does that mean for those who don't know it? That is when the government, law enforcement or whatever comes and says that you have to forfeit your assets because they suspect that that asset was used for or is being used for criminal activities. So of course it looks like they go to court and then they get a judgment that says yes, this person needs to forfeit their assets because it's being used for criminal activity. And it's happening everywhere now. And I think the trend, if you look deep inside why this trend is happening, is it really truly because they want to uphold the law, or that is due to law enforcement, that they're genuinely serious about stopping crime or stuff like that? Or it's just about the money? They're looking for ways to have money. There's so many articles like that that shows that police departments and counties, states, local governments are all resorting to this form of money-making activity to fill their pockets or to help so-called boost the purse of the government of that area. But I think it brings me to certain questions too. Okay, so this money, these assets they seizing, they're saying that it could be used or is being used for criminal activity, and then they take it and then they sell it. Where's the money? What are they doing with the money? Question 2 is, okay, you're selling that asset to have the money. Why would you want to have an asset? Why would you want to use an asset that is so-called bad for your good? Why? I would rather take the asset, sell it, and donate it to charity. But no, that's not what they do. They take these assets, they sell it, they make the money, and they give themselves pay raise. Tell me how that is right. You said this person is doing so bad, he did something so bad that needs to be punished. That thing that you see right there was purchased from blood money or criminal money. You take it, you resell it, and you share it amongst yourselves. So in other words, you are the judge, the jury, the executioner. So we now know whatever I do is legal, but whatever you do, I decide whether it's legal or illegal. I don't think that's how society should work. I really don't think that's how society should work. But it's working that way all the time. And why is that so? It's because we have allowed it. This is not a video to advocate for revolution, destruction, because it pays no one any good doing that. But sometimes we need to know how we sleepwalked into our own prison. They came to us. Maybe some crisis happened, because that's how it always starts. They use a crisis to expand their powers. Some crisis happened, and they say, oh, this is bad. This could destroy the society. Those people involved must be punished. We need to tighten the rules. We need to strengthen our existing laws or create new laws, because it's all about safety. They pour all of these fears into us. For us, we want to be safe. We want to be able to walk our dogs in the neighborhood. We want to be able to go to parties. We just want to live a comfortable life. And of course they know it, so they seize on it. We will keep you safe, they would say. We will keep you safe. But before we do that, we need to create some more laws, because we need to be safe, you know. So they create laws that somehow guarantees you imaginary safety. But they say, hey, this safety doesn't come without you giving away some of your freedom. You say, well, it's just a little bit of freedom I'm giving, you know. Let me just give it. And so you give a little bit. But one thing we forget, when you give a little bit, you always keep giving a little bit. And by the time you know it, you're giving it all up. Let's take the example of the 9/11. When 9/11 happened, it's a serious issue, you know, serious disaster for the United States. Thousands of people died, yes. So many of those things happened. And people understandably were scared. Are the terrorists in my backyard? Are the terrorists coming from overseas and killing us? Are the terrorists everywhere and we can't find them? We don't know who they are. And the government comes and says, oh, don't worry, we'll keep you safe. But when you go into the airports, you're gonna have to take off your belts. You're gonna have to, all those liquids that you're carrying that are like 12 ounces, no, you can't do that anymore. It's gonna be just 3 ounces. You're gonna have to take off your shoes. You're gonna have to take off your watches, and little bit at a time. And by the way, we're gonna do full body scanners. They keep adding more and more, all for our so-called safety. But are we truly safe? Can any human being keep you safe? I think that's imaginary. The true safety comes from within. The true safety comes from the Almighty. But we have given away our safety. We've given away our powers to human beings like us, because they're willing to say, we will keep you safe. But are we still safe? Or the fear is completely blanketing the entire nation, the entire world? So what are we going to do about it? Are we going to keep giving away our freedoms? In fact, right now we feel like slaves in our own backyard, slaves in our own countries, because governments keep taking and they keep taking, and they will keep continue to take, because as far as they're concerned, they are keeping you safe. And by the way, they've devised other ways, other means of getting money from us. Don't you see, close to end of the month, lots of cops on the roads, pulling people over, giving speeding tickets. And if you can't pay those speeding tickets, Okay, you're gonna have to come to court. You go to court, you may win, good for you. If you don't win, well, you're gonna have to pay it. And let's say you don't have a lot of money to pay this. Okay, well, you can do a payment plan. Oh, you like that? I mean, payment plan, you just pay it in little bits until it's all done. But there's a catch there. So the payment plan, understand that because we are actually doing this in installments, there will be some other fees added to it, like handling fees. You know, someone has to be able to handle your fee, your payments. Okay, well, handling fees, well, I can deal with that. Yeah, what about convenience fees? What? Convenient fees? Yeah, you know, you gotta make sure that it's convenient to be able to, okay, convenient fees. Say, okay, I'll take that. Are you using card or not? Oh yeah, I'll be swiping my credit card or my debit card. Yeah, there's a fee in that. 5% fees, because we have to pay the processor. Before you know it, that $60 that you owe starts creeping to $200. All for safety. All for safety. And how long are we going to continue with this? We made this system happen. We have the ability to stop it. We do have the ability to stop it. It's all in our hands. No one is going to do it for us. You waiting for a savior to come down, or you waiting for the aliens to come down and solve our problems? I think the aliens have their own issues too. We all have to do it. We have to keep our eyes open. We have to advocate. We have to push. We have to ask for what we want. We have to ask for a better society. We don't have to sacrifice freedom for safety. We can have both. Yes, we can have both. Anyone who tells you we can't is wrong. Anyone who tells you we can't is wrong. So that's it. This video is always about showing us how we are responsible for where we are and how we can get ourselves out. That's what this community I am trying to build. And we can do it. We can do it. So start by subscribing to my station. Subscribing and smash that like button. Because what we need to do, what I'm going to have to show you, is how you can realize the powers that you have. We're not powerless. We have powers. Every one of those people that you think are oppressing you is because you're giving them your power. And because you're giving it to them freely, you can take it away freely. Let's do this. Subscribe to my channel and smash that like button. I'll see you again. Thank you. Bye.